Hey everyone, just kind of back messing around with the old Case 380 there. It belongs to Super Dave. They tried to take pretty good care of the outside of her, but inside, I'm not sure who was working on things, but that alternator isn't really supposed to be that crooked. But we weren't too concerned with that just yet. But I ended up pulling the pump. I believe that it apparently was the vanes were fine in the pump, but meter and valve must have been stuck. I couldn't get fuel to go to the injectors before. I took it off and just taking the cover off it. It must have jarred it enough that it freed up. So now there's at least fuel getting to the back of the pump, which is good. So now just a matter of cleaning everything up good. This was all they had. It's all been off and been all siliconed and done. So the kids over there playing in the water. Jeez. So anyhow, just a matter of cleaning it all up good and putting the pump back on, blow the lines all out good, clean everything up. But she's got to get fuel to the injector before we can talk about anything else. So hey, Dave, give me the okay to go get the starter redone if I need to get it done. It maybe will turn a little bit faster, definitely will help. But we get fuel to it first, then we'll worry about that. So anyhow, just clean the pump up and just block the lines off here so I can clean everything up. So dirt doesn't get down into them. Clean them all up, and of course, like I say, they had silicone gummed everywhere. So that's the actual gasket here. Felt there didn't have one, but this is one that I've had with my names written on it. And so at least I got a template. I can make them a new gasket and put on it, do it right. That way, they're supposed to have a gasket. You're not supposed to be jamming silicone all in it. So there's a few things. I took that return line off. I don't see anything obvious wrong. It may have a hairline crack in it. I'm not sure. We'll get it on straight and tighten it down. Maybe it's maybe just a piece of something gummed underneath it. There's been so many people, by the looks of it, that have been playing with it through the years. So but I'm glad we did pull the pump off anyhow, because I found that little piece of the snap ring that was jammed into the bearing. So it didn't hurt it any, but you can see where it ground down where she was running. Who knows where that's from, but something repair through the years. Piece of something that didn't get cleaned up. So but yeah, and of course the pump's missing one bolt out of the back side of it. It's like everything they take apart, take 3 bolts out and put, and that's an easy one. A nut goes on it. It's not, it's not great to get at, but well, I'll find a nut, put on that, and we'll put some, we'll spray that bearing down good, clean everything up good in here. That's all oil flows up there anyways, but I don't see anything bad or marked up. It was just that little snap ring was just jammed right in there. So yeah, could always be worse. So we get the lines all off, and this is the time, like I say, when you put it together, you blow them all out good, clean them up good. That way you don't want to get it all together and you got a mess because of a piece of dirt that jammed up into the injector. So we make sure everything's good when we put it together, and then I have to. I just didn't want to do it right now because I know what they're like up there. I take that injector up, or that starter, and drop it off, and they'll hum and haw. And it's like going to a machinist. There's nothing against any machinist out there, but everything you take, they go, "Oh, you got one of those," and then they make this great big deal out of it. And then they call you 2 hours later, and it's all fixed. So same idea with that. But yeah. Anyhow, I wish, like I say, this morning, I was planning on having it apart last night. This morning I wasn't thinking. I should have had it all pressure washed down, but just be careful getting it together and then clean it all up good. After I get it together. So it's all going to be clean anyhow. So that's kind of how she goes. This morning that's what I was up to, and get it all apart. And not much of an update, but they've had this cover off. That's all silicone and gummed up there. But yeah, the CAV pumps are pretty simple. There was lots of fuel inside the pump, just wasn't getting anything to the injectors at all. So And that's what I would say is that mirror valve was stuck. So, yeah, big deal. Hopefully it goes together and I get the air out of it, and we'll go from there. But I've got it. Well, I mean, I'm not nowhere near ready to start it anyhow. But we're gonna drop the oil out of it. I gotta go get a filter for it. I can get it yesterday. I get it tomorrow. As long as I get the fuel pumped up in it today, that's all I care. And then we'll drop the oil out. And I haven't really even looked at the transmission fluid to see what it's like. Everything is so hard to get off. Oh my jumping. This everything seized. I had a heck of a job just getting the dipstick out of the motor. Hey buddy. That's something I gotta do with two hands. I can't even get that off. But yeah, this seat, we'll get it. We'll do something with it. At least I just needed to move it around the yard. And then to find out where the water, how the engine got seized, I would say, I mean, it's like a book or a puzzle. You're trying to figure everything all out. But the air breather that goes on here, I took it off, but it's got a wing nut on it. And it just had a regular wing nut. So it's just like any engine. You can, I mean, old gas trucks years ago, when they run out of gas, there it is over here, used to loosen that wing nut and we'd dump gas down in here, right? And that would give them a prime, get them started. Well, see, there's no nothing on that to seal it. So any rain they've had through the years has just run right straight down in there, right down the intake, and then right down the cylinders into the base. So I drained a lot. I didn't measure it. There was a good 3 quarts, 4 quarts of water come out of it, you know, but that's to be expected. I mean, it's been setting right, but I would say that's what's happened. That's why the starter got pulled off. They just the motor got stuck and they bumped the starter until they, you know, basically burnt the starter up, and then pulled the starter off and they couldn't get it to turn. And you got to have a lot of patience, but you can get them freed up pretty good. And I've seen way worse. I mean, it wasn't stuck that bad. But some people get frustrated and you can't force them. You just got to keep going. But I had it turn over. I mean, it's got good compression, so that's good. No, it's just no reason it shouldn't go. Just get her turning fast enough, and she should bump right off, and she'll be all ready for them. It's just nicer for them when they come, then they can just drive it on the float, and you know, it sits here. The longer stuff sets, and if it's seized, then it just gets, you know, worse. So anyhow, and then they get it, and they do whatever they want once they get it back to their home farm. And it's just nice to know, and you know, if the motor's any good or not. I mean, it'll definitely start. I've seen way worse. Injection pump kind of baffled me a little bit, but the biggest thing is you can't shut these off, the CAV pumps, with it left in shut off position, because that's what happens, they'll stick. So that's kind of, not saying it's over yet, but we're gaining on it. So we'll get this together tonight and cleaned up, and then we'll know more by tomorrow. So yeah, so that's how she is. So yeah, we'll talk at you later.